Hi, welcome to the first step in budgeting foundations. You've heard about budgeting before and you'll hear it again. It can be a loaded word and stir up emotions, but that's why we're going to try to unload it a bit. At its most basic definition, a budget is simply a plan for how to use your money. We like to think of a budget as having three distinct parts: past, present, and future. The past is where we track our habits. The present is looking at our spending for the current period. And the future is where we start to plan. Because as the saying goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. When you take a little time to make friends with your budget, you start to gain control over your finances. And that's a good feeling. Maybe one you've never had about money. And it's a feeling we want you to experience over and over again. Think of a budget like going to the doctor and having your vital signs taken. You can't manage your blood pressure until you know what your blood pressure actually is. Your doctor wouldn't give you cholesterol medicine before knowing how high it is. We'll come back to this idea because it's really important to think of money management as a process of gathering information, analyzing it, and deciding what to do next. Numbers can be boring to some of us, but they do matter because when we have control of the numbers, we can have control of our lives. A recent survey we conducted revealed that 65% of you think you know how much you spend each month, but only 25% actually track your expenses. That doesn't add up, does it? Do you really know what you're spending? From our survey, it would appear that a lot of you admit to not knowing. And for those of you who think you know, most of you are really just guessing. And unfortunately, our memories aren't anywhere near good enough to allow us to see our spending clearly, unless we write it down somewhere. Spending without tracking how much comes in and goes out is like driving your car without a gas gauge. You have no idea how much gas you're using. You're just hoping you don't run out before you reach your destination. Sounds pretty crazy, right? And yet, millions of people do that every month, year after year with their finances. They don't track their expenses. Creating a budget is one of the most essential building blocks for financial wellness, and it can help with so much more than just your monthly expenses. Things like credit card debt, savings, and even investing. It can help you alleviate financial stress because it takes the mystery out of your money, and in turn, gives you more freedom. The key takeaway from this step is that budgeting is a plan for how you use your money. And it's the first step in getting closer to financial wellness. In the next step, we'll talk about why it's important to assess your money matters and their current state.